All right, welcome back to Bayou Time. For our final segment, we have Executive Director of the Terrebonne Parish Waterworks, Mr. Mike Sobear. Mike, thanks for being on.
Thank you, Tanner. Good afternoon.
Absolutely. And look, we've been kind of covering all the gambit of all the officials through Terrebonne, Lafourche, and St. Mary Parish about how we're weathering the storm and what we're doing. And water is probably one of the most important topics we have right now, other than heating your house up. Tell us what's going on in Terrebonne Parish Waterworks.
So, obviously we've been doing this for a long time. Matter of fact, the 5 largest sales days of water have all occurred on the freeze. So, and of course, at Waterworks, we don't collect any taxes or anything like that. So that's how we make our money, selling water. We're prepared for it. All our generators are up and running. All the backups, all the elevated tanks are full. Everything is full, just sitting back and waiting. We probably averaged about 2 million gallons more an hour yesterday than say, a normal day. And we would expect that probably tonight, I think all indications are that it'll be a little colder for a little longer period of time. So we would expect it to be 4 or 5 million more than normal. We normally run at about 60% of capacity on 32 million, so we got plenty of water.
Absolutely. And that's because people are running their pipes, keep them
Primarily, I would think so, yes, sir. We've not had any major leak reported to us. I think we've had less than 50 calls today. The great majority of them are, oh, wait a second, oh, I got water. The pipes start out. So they're not even breaking any. And so, it's just, it's a two-prong approach because, one, if the water freezes in the pipes tonight, you probably won't know about it for a day or two. If you broke the pipe, you still won't know about it for a day or two. So you kind of get ready, and it's now, and then in a day or two, it'll be to be again. But we're as best prepared as anybody, I think, can be.
Absolutely. So we're talking about broken pipes. What's your tips on what's the best advice on handling this?
That's what let me just start with, everybody goes, oh, I don't have any pressure, and, I can't take a shower, or I can't wash, that's all good. But to us, pressure is very important from a public health standpoint. The law requires that we maintain at least 20 pounds of pressure. And the reason is that if a pipe or something breaks, we want the water to go out. We don't want the bacteria and everything to come in. So those who know a lot more than me say if you keep 20 pounds, you'll be safe. So that's why the 20 pounds is there. As to what's going on, I think if you just sort of stand back a little bit and say, okay, where am I at? What am I trying to do? My house is built on a slab. All my pipes are in the ground and in concrete. Pretty good chance you're not going to freeze. Maybe the pipe that's on the outside coming in, or maybe the pipe outside going to an outside faucet or something like that. Yes. Those you might want to either wrap. Those you might want to pencil thin. Pencil is like that point, not like that much water. And but again, you're paying the bill, so whatever makes you happy is good for us. If you live in a house that's raised, either run the water or insulate the pipes. What do you do with cold water versus hot water? So assuming people understand that cold water comes into the house, feeds the hot water heater, and because of the pressure for the cold water, it sends the hot water out when you open that faucet. If, again, you're in a slab and all, chances are you don't need to run hot water. If you're wide open under the house and all your pipes are exposed, you might want to think about running both of them. But again, fluid mechanics indicates that when a liquid flows in a pipe, it doesn't fill the whole pipe and gush. A certain amount of it, based on friction, stays on the outside walls, and what's flowing is that little bit in the middle. And so that's what you want to do. You want to keep that water flowing. You don't have to gush it. Just a pencil drip will be more than enough. A lot of the new homes now have these tankless water heaters. What do you do with that? You don't have any water in it. Well, maybe you do. Most of them, at least that I've seen in the newer subdivisions, have the hot water heater in the outside wall. And there's a steel grate or something over it, and then you go from there. Well, that hot water heater works on the principle of flow. So if you just crack the hot water just enough to get it out and your hot water heater doesn't come on, then all that water that sits in that tank waiting to be heated up will keep moving and you won't freeze it and break it.
Right.
Another thing, a lot of people turn their water off. Well, when you're going to turn that water back on, you're going to have a lot of sediment in the water that's going to probably accumulate in your hot water heater. So you might want to think about next weekend or whenever it's warm, run your hose, go ahead and drain all of that out, because that's going to make your hot water heater more efficient, because you're going to be trying to heat water and not a bunch of crud in the bottom. It's going to give you better hot water for less money, and your hot water heater will last you longer. So, yeah, you got through the few freeze good, but if you let that build up, you're going to always, I'm going to run out of water. I'm running out of hot water. That's because half of it's full of crud instead of water.
Now, if a homeowner comes across an issue, who do they contact?
Call Waterworks. Our phones are manned 24 hours a day. We have crews on call, 879-2495. And then just be patient, and they'll get to you. At night, they answer at the water plants, and then they'll dispatch the people out.
Absolutely. You are staying really busy right now. I'm sure just
Yeah.
phone calls.
We're very popular. Very popular today.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Any other tips you can give but we have about 45 seconds left that the public needs to know?
I tried to cover just a lot. I'm not a licensed plumber or anything, but I've
Right.
been fixing water pipes for a long time, and these are the kinds of things we see. If you just take a common approach, if you get up in the middle of the night, you just wash by the toilet, just flush the toilet. That's going to add water that'll flow through. I read where they figure it takes between 6 and 8 hours of a pipe in outside in 28-degree weather before you freeze.
Oh, wow.
So, if you got 12 hours, all you need is one flush, and hopefully you'll make it with no problem.
A lot of good information. We appreciate you being on. Thank you for coming on. Mike Sobear with the Terrebonne Parish Waterworks, doing a great job for us here in Terrebonne Parish. Thanks for being on. And that concludes our time for Bayou Time. I was your host, Tanner McGee. See you next time.